Hello everyone, it's Tana and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to use that cute little frog again from Rabbit Hole Designs. I think it's called Got a Bug. This stencil is also from Rabbit Hole Designs. I can't remember the name of it, but it will be in the description box below. We're going to make 2 Father's Day cards today, so that's right, happy Father's Day weekend. I thought this frog was super cute. I loved playing with it, and I still have tons more ideas, just not tons more time. So you will see it in the future. So I'm using the stencil with some Juniper Mist Catherine Pooler ink. And I'm putting the ink on there. I used lots of powder from the powder bag several times throughout doing this. After I blended the color on, I quickly went over it with Simon Says Stamp Steel Navy embossing powder. And I just repeated the 2 words, Dad and Pop. And excuse me if I sound out of breath. I was chasing off a raccoon so I could get into my car for the voiceover. Now we're going to stamp out the frog with some soft granite, Hero Arts Cube I believe it is, and on some gray like 100-pound paper I have, and I think I got it off of Amazon, this paper. I did one with gray and one with the steel navy, and then I did a set of steel navy eyes only because I wasn't sure what was going to look good on this card, and I was trying to go for a masculine Father's Day card for this one. So I have those eyes popped up with some foam squares, tiny foam squares, and we're going to adhere the panel to a gray piece of cardstock. And it is not fog, it's that cheap stuff again. This makes good, this is better. It's not so good for card bases. I think it's index instead of the thicker stuff, so it's not quite 100-pound. So I must have a lighter GSM. But it's good for stuff like mats or like a figure like this that you want to set up. So I decided to go with the all steel navy frog there. Is just as cute as the other guy was with the popped up eyes. This one just went better with the card, I think. I had a little dab of glue to all the foam dots, to make sure they stick on the shiny parts. And I really had to keep myself from embellishing this card, like truly. I had to keep reminding myself it was a masculine card, and I'm trying to get better at that. I used the Happy Father's Day from a Honeybee stamp set, and You're Totally Awesome from a Lawn Fawn frog stamp set. And we're just going to put that on the inside, and this one is done. Now for the second card, I did alcohol ink on all these panels, and we're going to make rainbow frogs. And I did notice, I think it was Justin for the Rabbit Hole Design team, did something similar, and I was like, oh man, that's the idea that I'm currently working on. Sometimes that just happens, guys. They'll all turn out a little different. Everybody's got a slightly different vision. But sometimes people do similar stuff. So it'll be, I already forgot how the card looks. I only remember the rainbow frog, so it'll be fun to go back and see how close they are. So I used VersaFine Nocturne Claire ink on all of these, and this is not Yupo, this is regular poster board. I use the shiny side for alcohol ink. I would not recommend a heat gun. If you're using Yupo, you can use an ink like StazOn and stamp out your frogs that way. So I'm just going to use these 3 Catherine Pooler inks. I'll list those on the screen there to make some grass, panel of grass, and I'm going to use the Grassy Hills dies from MFT to cut those out. And because it's long and the dies aren't long enough, I just kind of cut it, take it out, slide the die down, line it up, and then cut again. So you're just kind of extending your die. I know I've shown you guys this before. So I'm just going to cut out 2 pieces of grass, and then I use some Catherine Pooler Fiesta Blue for the sky background on the card panel. And this die is from a cloud die set from Whimsy Stamps. And I love this cloud with the little outline. So I used some Something Borrowed on the outline, and then I pop those back around their white clouds. So I'm going to glue down the first panel of grass with some Nouveau Deluxe adhesive. And I'll trim down the sides and everything that are overhanging after it dries. And the front panel of grass is going to be popped up with foam tape. But first you're going to see me playing around with my cloud layout. And that was the final decision right there. Now I'm going to lay down that foam tape and we're going to start placing our frogs on there. And this already has so much on it with those frogs being the size they are and the clouds. I didn't want to add really too much detail. So the only sentiment on the front of this card will be Dad. And it's a Simon Says stamp die, which I will also have listed below. And I think it came with Mom and Dad for that set. And then on the inside, we do something else. So all the frogs on the front layer of grass have to have foam tape on their behind their eyes so that they're even. So that, so they're not flopping around there because their grass is higher than the background. Now this is a double layer die, so there's a skinnier word to go over the shadow. I did one white with black and one black with white. And right now I can't even remember which one I used. So I guess we'll find out in a minute. And we're going to use this Totally Awesome from MFT, and that's going to be on the inside. Now I did play with the idea of crossing out the TOT deliberately and then writing an OAD in there to make Toad like the previous card. But I decided to just leave it the way it was. I didn't want to mess with it. And of course it needs UR, so I took it from one of the space stamp sets that I recently purchased from Rabbit Hole Designs, and I'll list that below. And I blocked off the rest of the sentiment with a Post-it, and then I stamped out the your and the exclamation point. And I hear that raccoon going to my garbage can again. And that's it, guys. There's some pictures coming up. I will be posting the video soon with the winners of April and May's giveaways. And we have a lot of fun videos coming up in the next couple of weeks. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell if you want to be notified of my videos. One giveaway a month, guys. We're getting back to normal. We'll see you again in the next video. Bye-bye for now.